If you're looking for the #1 thing to do in the entire Phoenix, Arizona area, well, this is the video for you. We're going to cover that and more on this video. Stay tuned. But first, if you just want to give us a call about anything and everything Phoenix, reach out to the number on the screen here. We'd love to chat with you about any questions you have, from real estate to resorts to coffee shops, spring training, and everything in between. We would love to chat with you because we're passionate about helping people understand more about our great city. And what do people like to do when they come to a great city? They like to be entertained. And in addition to being entertained, when they visit that great city, they have to live someplace temporarily, like a hotel, Airbnb, or maybe permanently, and buy and invest real estate in that city. And that's what we would love to help you out with as well. If you have any questions about real estate prices, supply and demand, the best places to invest, the best places for a rental house, long-term or short-term, and everything in between. But this video is the ultimate guide for the 2025 Waste Management Phoenix Open, which is the #1 event the entire Phoenix area puts on every single year. Why? Because over 700,000 people will visit the TPC Scottsdale golf course over the course of 7 days, but primarily sandwiched into 4 during the tournament time. So on this video, we're going to cover some basic things that you need to know about this golf tournament if you plan to attend or are thinking of attending one day. We're also going to cover the real estate surrounding this area because it is special real estate. After all, location, location, location are the 3 rules of real estate. Now, the weekend before the event, let's actually start there, which is Saturday, February 1st. This is the concert in the Coliseum. That's right, guys. You may or may not have heard, but the 16th green is actually a Coliseum. It is completely enclosed. The only par 3 golf course, or golf course in general, that is completely enclosed by seating of patrons or spectators. So what do? They have a concert in there the weekend before the tournament starts. And my wife and I went a couple years ago when it was Adam Levine and Walker Hayes. They put on a great show. This year it's Blake Shelton. So if you want to get out on a golf course and see a concert, which is 2 things that you don't see go hand in hand very often, this is the time to do it. Then on Monday and Tuesday, you have practice rounds. And then on Wednesday, you have the Pro-Am. Now, if you ask me, my 2 favorite days to go out to this tournament are Wednesday. It's the Pro-Am. You see a lot of famous people and the golfers, and it's not quite as packed as the other days. And Friday. Why? Because I like to avoid the weekend crowd because it is jam-packed on the Saturday, and Friday's busy too. Friday's a good time to get out there and network with people and just have a good time watching some good golf if you actually have a chance to watch golf. Because did you know that this is the greatest show on grass? And they call it that for a reason. Not because of the golf, but because of all the people watching and the people who come to this tournament. Guys, most people that come to this golf tournament don't come for the golf. They come for everything but the golf. There's this running joke that there just happens to be a golf tournament at this party, and that's the theme of the Waste Management Phoenix Open. So now if you're a golf traditionalist, don't let this scare you because there is plenty of good golf to watch, and you have plenty of places that you can watch good golf. But there are a lot of other golf tournaments that you can go to be traditional and watch golf. And if you want to watch some golf, you can, but you gotta come to this tournament because it is amazing when it comes to the people watching. People dress up in groups of crazy goofy outfits and women who wear high heels and dresses and everything in between. It is phenomenal to actually experience and watch. And then of course you have the tournament on the other 4 days, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, with it ending on Sunday. Now Sunday is usually lightly attended. The reason why is because you have the Super Bowl that same day. Now typically, unless there's a playoff hole, the Phoenix Open is over right about the time kickoff of the Super Bowl begins. Now for me, being a football guy, I want to be out of that scene and get ready for the Super Bowl. A lot of people will still attend and stay on Sunday to see the end of the tournament. Side note, when the Super Bowl is in Phoenix and you have this going on at the same time, it is a zoo, but in a good way. Now let's talk about some of the changes they made this year to the tournament, because last year there wasn't the best publicity that happened around the tournament. There was a lot of rain, and the rain actually made everything muddy and made things worse because when people had too much to drink and you have a lot of people packed into one little spot, the best things didn't come out, if you catch my drift. And so there was a lot of bad publicity. The players weren't very happy with what was going on with some of the fans. And so they made some changes this year. The biggest thing they did is added one more additional main entrance. So the main entrance is right by DraftKings, which is a sportsbook restaurant that is phenomenal, by the way. And it goes right by DraftKings under the bridge into the golf tournament. But they also added another major entrance, which is amazing. I think it's well needed. And it's down by where the tee box of 18 is off of the Greenway Hayden Loop, just north of Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard. And so now all the people that do want to go to 16, 17, and possibly some of 18 have this extra entrance where things would get bottled up before the main entrance. Now hopefully will be relieved and you have more people coming in and coming out of the entryways. Now at the main entrance, the gates will open at 7 a.m. every morning, and at the secondary new entrance, it will open up at 7:30. And they're trying to stagger that so again, you have better flow of patrons. And again, they're trying to stagger that so you have better flow of the fans. Now let's talk about ticket prices. The general admission ticket to get in during the tournament time is $75 per day. Then on the Friday and Saturday of the tournament, it jumps up to $125. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. Why? Because tickets get way more expensive from there if you want to have some sort of private entrance or an area of the golf course in which you want to hang out, have some access to food and drinks, and things of that nature. There are so many different little pockets of areas across the course. Now there's a lot of other popular ones as well, like the 1937 Club, the Members Club, and the list goes on, the Bay Club, and there's a lot you can choose from that you can buy tickets for. Now, these are suites that corporations, for the most part, are buying for the entire tournament, and they are very expensive. Prices vary across the board. For example, on the popular 16 green, the Coliseum, the skybox on there is gonna start right around $75,000 for the week. But you can buy tickets to these skyboxes on the secondary market. Think Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace. So for example, on the busy days of Friday and Saturday, for those tickets, you could be anywhere from $900 to $1,200 for one ticket, which includes all you can eat food and of course up to 10 drinks while you're there all day long, hanging out, watching golf. And on the shoulder days of Sunday and Thursday and maybe the pro on Wednesday, those prices drop dramatically, but it's still not cheap. You're looking at hundreds of dollars for those tickets as well. But again, you do get food and drink to go along with it. And last but not least, the ticket that's the most coveted, if you can get this one and pay for it, it's very expensive, in the thousands of dollar range, but it's the Chairman's Club. And this ticket will get you into everywhere and every place, but the entire course during the tournament. So that's the one that you really want to get if you want the ultimate experience at the Waste Management Open. Now let's talk about parking, because around this golf course, there's not major parking lots or garages everywhere. So you have to get creative with your parking or your rideshare, Uber, Lyft type situation. But the good news is the parking is free, F-R-E-E, which is great. And they have shuttles coming on these charter buses every 10, 15 minutes like clockwork to all of the different parking lots, because some of these are not very close to the golf course. So again, you have to be patient and be waiting for one of these charter buses to come. And when they do show up, it's a nice comfy ride because it is a charter bus, but you still have to have some patience. Or you can do a Uber or Lyft and actually have them drop you off somewhere in the vicinity of the golf course, and you can walk to the entryway. They do have a rideshare lot as well, which is lot R, which is located off 94th and Bell. And that's where they are funneling everybody to and having just lines of Ubers and Lyfts ready to roll. So when you get up there, you can get one ordered and hopefully get on your way fairly somewhat quick, although it can back up. Now let's talk housing around the TPC Scottsdale and real estate here, because it's some of the most coveted real estate in all of the Phoenix Scottsdale area. You have this section on the map here that is south of the Loop 101, but north of Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard where the golf course is, and you have these small little subdivisions right around the golf course that are highly coveted, and a lot of real estate does not transact in this area. Now the holy grail is if you have a house that faces the TPC Scottsdale, because those go quickly and they rent really well. Now you can't necessarily do an Airbnb, that's not guaranteed because you gotta check with your local HOA, but a lot of people can rent these for maybe a 30-day period at a time. And they absolutely rent for a ton of money this time of year if that's what you want to do. But what do you get? What are the prices for the real estate in this coveted little area? Well, I'm glad you asked. There's a small subdivision which is called Scottsdale Stonebrook, which is just a little bit north of the golf course, and that is going to be your most affordable place to have a single family home. They're tract style homes, and they range anywhere from about $750,000 up to about $1.1 million, from anywhere between 1,800 square feet up to about 2,500 square feet. That's what you're getting for that. Now, if you're going to be closer to the course where you can be on it or just right off the TPC Scottsdale, you're looking at Alcazar, Crown Point, or Princess Views. And these little subdivisions are pretty cool. Now they're small, and again, not a lot of custom homes in this area, but you do have beautiful homes. Some of them have been remodeled, and it's just a phenomenal location overall. Pricing-wise, you're looking at about it starting around $1.2 million for about 2,500 square feet, up to about $1.4 million for about 2,600 to 2,700 square feet. And if you want to be on that course, for that prime location, with the same square footage size, you're gonna be looking at about $2 million for that. By the way, side note, if you're a homeowner watching this video and you own a house on the south side of Hartford Drive with the golf course views, please contact me. I have a client that would like to buy your home literally today. And they also have condos around the TPC Scottsdale area that can range anywhere from about $500,000 up to $1 million or so, depending on the size and the view and all those things as well. So there's more affordable housing right around the area that you could walk to the golf course, walk to DraftKings if you wanted to do that as well. And we're looking for something that was a little more low maintenance that didn't have a yard. So thank you for joining me on this video. I hope this gave you the basics to not just survive, but thrive for the 2025 Waste Management Phoenix Open this year. Thank you so much, guys. If you have any questions about anything real estate related, call me 480-660-5974. I would love to talk to you at your convenience. And to watch more videos of everything that this amazing city of Phoenix has to offer, please check out our YouTube channel and go ahead and subscribe. We'd be very grateful. And don't forget to call me. So